All right, so welcome back to the Instagram influencer course. This time around, we'll be talking about how to contact Instagram influencers. All right, now, unlike a lot of other platforms, Instagram is very easy and direct. It's more like a messaging platform, not very much of a messaging platform, but you know what I mean. It's very easy to send a direct DM to whoever you want to send it to on Instagram. But the only thing that is absolutely crucial is whether or not you will get a response from that person. It's absolutely crucial to know how to formulate your messages so that you're able to guarantee a response from your desired influencer. All right. So since it's easy to message a lot of people on Instagram, unlike other platforms like TikTok, where you have to be friends or you have to use if they have IG on their bio, you have to use IG direct back to Instagram to be able to message these influencers. Now Instagram is very easy, so you know they are going to be getting a lot of DMs. Now, of course, influencers are the big shots on the social media platform, which is exactly why you are using them for as your method of marketing. So you know they are going to be getting a lot of DMs. They are going to be getting a lot of DMs from their fans and people who just want to send them messages and all of that. Of course, they are going to get a lot of messages, and of course, other companies that want to work with them. Now, so your goal is trying to make sure you stand out among these other people so that you are able to guarantee a response from the influencer of your choice. Now, the first response you'll be able to get from them will determine whether or not you will be able to work with the influencer. So it's absolutely important that you reach out to them in the right way so that you can be able to get a response from the influencer of your choice. All right. It's absolutely important that you take note of this. You actually have to make sure that you get response from the influencer of your choice, and then your first interaction will guarantee whether or not you'll be able to work with this influencer. All right. So the most important thing right now is how to contact these influencers. As you already know, there are two basic type of influencers. We have the team slash main page, and then we have the personal influencers. All right. Now the first method we are going to be looking at is the team slash main page. Actually, this type of influencer is actually I usually simplify it to the to a very simple form of messaging I usually use, but then you can use the other one of which I'll be showing you later on. All right. Now, the first one I should usually do when I'm working with team slash main pages, I usually just go ahead and say something as simple as promo rate. All right. I usually go and say something as simple as promo rate. So all I do is type promo rate or and then a question mark. Now, the reason for this is, or I should go ahead and use promotion rate instead, since it might be complicated for some people to understand. Now, the reason I usually keep it this simple, as I said in the previous videos, is that now the reason why I keep it this simple. All right, so the reason why I keep it this simple is it's more like because of this particular type of influencers. All right, so I'll go ahead and explain it in a minute. Now, if you look at this type of influencers, as I said in previous videos, if you've been paying attention, slash meme pages, especially team pages, are mostly built for the purpose of advertising at some point. Now, of course, when they are newly into posting on Instagram, they wouldn't have built enough followers and all of that. So after a while, they tend to get enough following and they're able to basically run advertisement on their pages. Now, so the easiest way to reach out to them is to make sure you are trying to tell them that you are trying to get a promotion from them. Now, of course, I mentioned that a lot of them are built as a form of business for these people. So they are very much interested in people that are reaching out to them for a promotion. So I usually keep it this simple because I get faster response this way. Now, just as simple as promo rate. Now, when you send them this, they already know what you are trying to talk about. They simply know you are trying to buy a promotion on their page. So you discuss the price and all of that. Okay. So the next thing you get to discuss after that is the pricing and a couple of other things. So it's actually that simple. They will ask you what you want to promote. They will ask for a link and a images and all of that. So you'll be able to do. So the first thing you want to just send, you send it as simple as this. You ask them promotion rate, and they'll be able to you'll be able to discuss this with them along the way. All right. Now it's as simple as that. They will respond. The response time, of course, depends on the influencer. All right. So you message a couple of pages, and then you get response for them and all of that. Now the next one we are going to talk about is the how to contact personal influencers. All right. So I'll go ahead and look up a personal influencer, and I'll show you how to do it right away. Now, next we are looking at personal influencers. When you are reaching out to personal influencer, this is a typical example of a personal influencer. You kind of take a different approach. As I said, personal influencers are usually not all into advertising as you think. All right. Yes, it's a way for them to make money, but a lot of them might be doing pretty good without all of the advertising and all of that. It's just a way to get side income, but most of them never really start the whole career of posting on Instagram for the purpose of influencing. Of course, it picked up after a while, and then they went on with it like that. All right. So the method of advertising, reaching out to this type of influencers is quite different from the other one. Okay. So you have to take note of that. So it's actually simple. You go ahead and send them a DM. All right. That's the first step. You go ahead and send them a DM, and then they will respond to you. All right. All right. As I was saying, you go ahead and send them a DM. It's actually simple. I will show you how to do it right now. All right. So when you reach out to your personal influencer, you can't just go ahead and say promo rate and all of that. A lot of them might not even understand what you're trying to talk about. So you have to go with a simple thing. Go ahead, you introduce yourself. The next thing you want to do is tell them how you are interested in what they do. You compliment them so that you try to get their attention. Okay, you can call it wooing or just trying to get their attention as much as you can. As I said, your first interaction will determine whether or not you are able to work with this influencer. So you have to make it a very pleasant experience for them. All right. Now, the next thing, you after introducing yourself, you tell them, you go ahead and tell them you are interested in what they do and all of that. Then the next thing is you tell them about how you are interested in working with them on a collaboration basis. All right. So the next thing, as I said, the next thing you tell them what you want, why you are reaching out to them. So the next thing you say is something like, we would love to work with you. We would love to work with you with you. We would love to collaborate with you. We would love to collaborate with you with you. All right. So the next thing you want to go is you tell them how you want to collaborate with them. All right. So I'll go ahead and simplify it so we don't have to type out everything right now. So the next thing is we would love to collaborate with you on certain basis. Now, depending on how you tend to work with the influencer, a lot of people go with the percentage approach and a couple of things like that. But I usually recommend you leave it until you find out if the influencer is actually interested. All right, you leave them out for out of the first collaboration. So we would love to collaborate with you. We would love to collaborate with you. Collaborate with did you use say you built such a great. All right, so you reach out to them, tell them you want to work, reach collaborate with them, saying they built such a great um, platform on Instagram, and you will love to see them work with your business, so they could actually do an influencing business with for you. Okay, now depending on how you want to work with them, of course, I've said it. Whether you want to work with them on an affiliate basis or you want to pay them before the collaboration, or whatever it is you have in mind, of which we'll talk about is subsequent videos, I usually recommend you leave it out of the first communication. You want to find out if they are interested. So what seeing you have a great following and we are interested in all of that. If we would like to collaborate with you, seeing you've built such a great following, and then we are sure your customer will be interested, your followers will be interested in the product or service we have to offer. Of course, you will benefit from it. All right. Seeing you have such a good following, and we are sure your followers will very much love the products we have in mind. Love our product, or just keep it simple. Our products love our products, and of course you get to benefit from all of it, all benefits as well. Okay, let's keep it simple as well. Now, the next thing you want to say is simple. Now, you want to the next as at this stage, you are trying to build interest. You are trying to find out if this influencer is interested in what you want to offer. You have to offer, and then all of that. So, if you actually, it's possible you find a space where you put a link to your website so that the influencer can check out to your website and see if this product will interest their customers. So you reduce the rate at which you have to communicate before they get to the final part where they actually agree to work with you. All right. So take note of this. Communicating with the influencer will take a while, and remember you're talking to a real person, so you have to take note of everything they have in mind, and then try to get as much try to communicate with them in the best way you think is possible so that you can get them to respond and work with you. All right, now at this point you've already told them that you love to collaborate with them because you have a product their followers will be really interested in, and then you want them to they will have to benefit as well. So the next thing you want to talk about is something as simple as, if you are interested, please reply this DM, or in some cases you want them to send you an email, but I would recommend you keep it simple. You ask them to reply your DM on Instagram. As usual, I recommend you have a business Instagram account for your business. That way you look more legitimate. All right, try to build a legitimate business Instagram account, and that way you get more response and all of that a lot faster. All right, try to look like a real brand. If not, you are going to tend to get less response. So if you are using your personal account, it will be a lot difficult for you to get response. So try to get a business account for your business. It's actually very simple. You just go ahead and create an Instagram account for your business. All right. So you simply tell them, please respond to this email if you are respond to this DM if you are interested. Some people usually drop the emails there, so to make sure they don't fail to respond to the influencer, but I usually recommend you keep it within Instagram because these people are more used to this platform, right? Except if they mention otherwise, of course. So if you are interested, if you are interested, comma, please please reply this this email and we will discuss further details. So many. So of course you want to thank them again. Many thanks for your time. Full stop. Best man. So I'll go ahead and send this to the influencer, all right? So it's actually this simple. You want to keep things as simple as possible. Don't make it too long for them to read. Make it as short as possible. If you can make it shorter than this, is fine. But don't make it too long so they have to take their time to read. Keep it as succinct as possible. Now this is very simple. It's not all that complicated. So I can go ahead and copy this and send it to my influencer. I can just leave it here and save it as a template that I use to message a lot of different type of influencers. You can tweak it and all of that, but always make sure you go for simplicity. This is just a simple method, so you can use this to reach out to your influencers. All right. So I can go ahead and copy this and then I quickly send it to the influencer, all right? So I can just copy and paste it and I'll send it to influencer. So I'm not going to do that right now because we are not going to be working with this influencer where I'm just using this as an example, all right? So I'm going to avoid sending this to the influencer and then all of that. Now, one thing I want you to take note of, you can also use this method of messaging for the team slash main pages, but I'd recommend you send a more direct approach because these guys, as I said, a lot of these pages are built solely for the purpose of businesses as an advertising account. So you want to just go ahead and tell them exactly what you want from them, and then you tend to get faster response from them this way. And of course, listen, and of course, you get faster response from all the other influencers the other way. Now, of course, this is the first step. The first thing you are trying to guarantee is a response from the influencer. Now, after they've responded to you, you have to make sure you are able to communicate with your influencer um, effectively. Now, the first thing you have to take note of, your influencers might be in a different country, so time zone also matters. So it's important that yes, there's a case that you'll be working with an influencer in a different country than you are. So it's important that you take note of their time zone. Once they respond to you and all of that, you take note of it. You respond as fast as you can because that's usually the space of time of which the influencer is online. Okay, so you take note of their of the time of the influencer. So time zone is also important. So you take note of the when they are online, and once they respond to you, you want to respond as fast as you can, so that that's when you are more likely to get faster response from them because they are online at that particular time, and then you'll be able to close the whole thing faster. All right. If you are going to work with them or not, depending on how fast they respond to you, it's very important that you take note of this. Now, the next thing you are going to take note of is you are not going to be messaging just one influencer, all right? Now, the chances of getting the response from influencers, as you already might have thought about it, it's not all that high. Now you're just increasing your chances. As I said, influencers are the big shots of social media. They get a lot of DMs, so there's a chance you might not even get a response at all. So usually I recommend you message at least 10 influencers per day. Message at least 10 influencers per day. All right. Now the reason why I regulate it to 10 is because there's a high chance Instagram is going to Instagram is going to consider your messages as spam. All right. So Instagram is going to consider your message as spam. So you want to make sure in the beginning you don't message too many pages at the same time. If not, Instagram will likely ban your account, considering your account as a account that keeps spamming others. So there's a likelihood they'll ban your account. So take note of that. Try to message at least 10 people in a day. Now, what happens is once you've done messaging for a while and Instagram notices that you are not actually spamming these people and they actually respond and you don't get reported and all of that, it's going to increase, all right? After a while, you'll be able to message up to 50 people in a day. Now, the whole thing is make sure you don't do it at a stretch, all right? So if you started with 10 people in a day, don't make it 10 people at a stretch. Let's say your time zone right now, it's currently 10 a.m. in where you are. I'd recommend you message a couple of influencers by 10. Let's say your limit is 10 messages per day. Of course, you don't want to get your account restricted. There's a possibility that Instagram can restrict your account for a couple of days, even perhaps a month, before they allow you to message people again. All right. So it's very important you make sure they don't restrict your account. So let's say your goal is to message 10 influencers per day. You have to message about 2 by 10 p.m. or 3 by 10 p.m. You try it around 12 p.m. or 1, okay, to 10 a.m. I mean, by 12 p.m. or 1 a.m., you message three more and then you give it that gap and you continue until you've achieved your goal. All right. So, as I said, after a while, and Instagram notices that you are not actually spamming people, they might be able to increase it. So, you can increase to 10, 15, gradually, increase gradually. All right. Don't just rush into it. If not, your account will get restricted and you will not be able to reach out to influencers. Now, once your influencer have responded to you, go ahead and tell them what you have to offer. All right. So, as I said, this will be discussed in subsequent videos. But then, what you have to offer, you might have um, an affiliate deal. Now, usually there's the affiliate deal. Now, if you are going to work with an affiliate deal, it's going to be a lot difficult for smaller brands because you've not built enough reputation. And then an affiliate deal means the influencer is going to make it only as much money as the business is working. Now, this is a bit difficult because they don't know if you are making so much money, so it's going to be difficult for you to get an affiliate deal. Now, um, the other one I like to call it pay per post, all right? Pay per post means you pay for each post you get from the influencer. Now, if you are a business online, you have a link and all of that website, I usually recommend you go for either the story post or the feed post, all right? Usually the story post did work a lot, but then Instagram has changed a couple of things, and then you the feed posts tend to work a lot more depending on your business, of course, and the type of post you are going to be making will determine what result you get. Now, one thing that is always important: make sure you include your link. Now, if you are a business selling online, always include your link. Now, if it's a feed post, you ask them to include your link in their bio, and then if it's a story post, you want them to include it in their stories. Each Instagram page with 10,000 followers and above are capable of including these links in their stories and in their bio, right? Everybody can do it for the bio, but then for stories, I think it's about 10,000 followers to be able to get access to this feature, all right? Now, depending on how we are going to work with them, whether it's a paper post or an affiliate deal or whatever it is, it's very important that you communicate to them in the easiest way possible, the way they are going to understand. Now, depending on the type of influencers you are going to be working with, if you are going to be working with micro influencers, there's a chance that they've not worked with a lot of pages. So some of the what you'll be proposing to them might be new. Some of the stuff you'll be proposing to them might be new. So you take note of that. Whatever it is, once they respond to you, you communicate how they are going to benefit from this product, from this collaboration. Now, always make sure you talk about how they will benefit ahead of time. All right. Now, don't go ahead talking about how your product is so great and all of that. They are not really interested in that. Now, always put their what they will get out of it first. People are always interested in what's in for me. Now, what's in for them will determine whether or not they will agree to work with you. All right. Now, the product is great for their followers, yes, but then what is in for them because they are going to be using their platform to advertise for them. So, how will it benefit them? You always take note of mentioning this to the influencer because it's absolutely crucial for the success of for to determine the outcome of your communication with the influencer. So always your second response should be once they've responded, always make sure you talk about your second response, make sure you talk about how it will benefit them and all. And then the rest of the message communication should be about how to go about the promotion if they agree to it, how to go about the promotion, whether it's an affiliate deal or a pay per post. They are always going to need to post something on their Instagram account. All right, whether they will be creating the content or they will be or you already have the content, how to go about the post is all of that will be left to you. All right, so all of that will be left to you from this point on, depending on how we are going to go about it. All right, so there are different ways. Of course, there's another way of which you give them a free product so that they can give you a free review, more like free review in the sense that once they've tested your product and all, they can tell their followers how great this product is, and then you get you get sales from it simply from them getting a free product, and then they can give you a shout out and all of that. All right, they can give you a shout out and all of that from getting a free product. Of course, it's very important that you discuss exactly what you want with the influencer, and then to determine whether or not you're able to get them to work with you or not. All right. So as I always say, as I've said, mentioned time and time again, make sure you always put forward how they tend to benefit from it. All right. If it's an affiliate deal, how many percent they are going to benefit? If it's a paper post, how much are you paying? Usually they would mention their price to you if they prefer paper post and all of that. If it's a free product review offer, free product review offer, you're trying to tell them how they are going to benefit you. Send them a free product, and then they test it, and they are able to tell if the product is good, and then they will recommend it to their followers. All right. So if it's a pre-product offer, you can just include it in the first paragraph here. I think somewhere around here, we love to collaborate with you, blah 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 blah. You can talk about how they will get a free product and all of that. People really love free stuff. So if you are able to, if you are using a free product offer, you are going to be able to get them to respond a lot faster if you are telling them they'll get something free. People love free stuff, all right? So it might increase your chances of success and interest in the first communication. So that will be all for this video. As I said, always make sure to try to build some interest in them. And this is just a simple way to go about it. You can make it, depending on your business, you can try to customize it and all of that. But this is just a simple way to go about it. You can do it anyhow you like, but make sure you are always putting forward, trying to talk about your business in a legit way, and then approaching them with benefit, how it's going to benefit them and all of that, so it will determine how much success you get. So the once you are done communicating with your influencers, as I said, you are going to have to talk to them about how to go about the promo and all of that. We'll talk about that in subsequent videos. So for now, that will be all for this video. So try to make sure you communicate with your influencers as efficiently as possible. Try to make the communication as effective as possible. It determine whether or not you are going to be able to work with this influencer. All right. So that will be all for now.